It is over 100 days since Russia invaded Ukraine. Since then, more than 4,000 civilians have died in the conflict, including 268 children. President Putin's forces have now focused their assault of the Donbas region, with around 20% of the country captured. But a defiant President Zelensky in Kyiv yesterday said, "We have defended Ukraine for 100 days already. Victory will be ours." Earlier, I was joined by retired Lieutenant General Ben Hodges, former commander of the US Army in Europe. I began by asking whether he was concerned that Russia now appears to have the initiative over Ukraine in the battle for the Donbas.
I'm not concerned overall because I'm still convinced that Russia cannot sustain what it's doing. That there are some serious problems in their logistical chain. They have manpower shortages. They have recently sacked General Vornikov, who was supposed to be the guy that was going to fix all their command problems. So the problem is, for the next probably 3 weeks or so, the Russians are going to be able to continue attriting Ukrainian forces until all of the long-range fires capability that the UK and the US and Poland and Czech Republic really begin to take effect. So we've got a few tough weeks ahead, very difficult weeks, frankly, for Ukrainians. But we're also seeing reports along this 1,000-kilometer front that Russia has stalled in most places, and Ukrainians have even taken back some territory. So the point, let me cut to the point, if you follow it every single day, you can get depressed, like, oh man, they took another village, or they're starting to surround the town. But this is on a frontage of about 1,000 kilometers. And so of course there's going to be local
But speaking to some colleagues in Kyiv this week, it feels like there has been some form of a turning point. And like you say, President Zelensky himself said that a fifth of Ukrainian territory is now taken by Russia. Is this the right time for the US to be sending long-range missiles, or should it have come earlier?
Yeah, of course, all of us should have been doing things much sooner. That's been the most frustrating thing, is that the collective we, not just the US, but we have deterred ourselves from providing certain things that could have made a difference sooner. And then, like 2 weeks later, we end up providing it anyway. And in fact, I'll make a prediction now that by the 15th or 16th of June, we will be providing the longer range ATACMS missiles, the 300-kilometer one. Because, I mean, we keep stair-stepping it because we're worried about somehow doing something that's going to provoke the Kremlin, and not a single thing we've done from the first Javelin and Stinger until now has elicited a special or unique to deliver stuff from Western Ukraine to the front where it's needed. This is a challenge.
What's led to this change of position now, Ben? Why now?
I think there's a growing sense of opportunity, number one, that Ukraine can actually win. I mean, Secretary Austin using the win word, that was powerful. And I've known him a long time. He chooses his words very carefully. And so when I heard him say that, I really was pleased and impressed. 20 years in Iraq and Afghanistan, I never heard any of the U.S. administrations talk about winning. So I think there is a growing sense of confidence that Ukraine actually can win, and that we can damage Russia enough so that they cannot continue to threaten their neighbors. So I think this is probably a part of it, and of course, look, there's zero pressure on me. I'm an old retired guy offering unsolicited advice with no responsibility. The president and his team have uh, we have deterred ourselves. We've got so many advantages, and the last thing the Russians want is a conflict with NATO. So I don't know why we keep pulling our punches.
As a middle-aged retired guy, do you expect that the US and Ukrainian officials will be having detailed conversations about how and where to use these rocket systems when they arrive?
For sure, these kind of conversations are underway now at multiple levels, included at the top level, about whether or not something fired from a HIMARS, or a rocket system could be fired at targets inside Russia. Now, for me, of course they should be firing at targets inside Russia. If you get the chance to destroy an airfield from which Russian aircraft are attacking and killing innocent Ukrainians, of course we should be able to blow that apart. No, you should be able to blow up railheads. Black Sea Fleet is going to help Ukraine get to a stronger negotiating position. So yes, this is not just about tactical firepower. It also strengthens the negotiating position.
Retired Lieutenant General Ben Hodges, former commander of the US Army in Europe there.